enough football has been played here on Sunday, September 17th, to talk about some results and talk about how the algorithm did. Mixed day is what the byline, whatever the bottom line would be here, is it was a mixed day. However, algorithm still did some good things, and it was also an amazing day for comebacks. So briefly, very quick video, not a long video, talking about Sunday, and the Sunday night game has not happened yet. So the Patriots game hasn't happened yet. I'll talk about that at the end of this quick video. The other games, the Giants were down, I believe, 28-7, and somehow managed to come back and win 31-28. So the top pick on this list does win. The Lions lose in overtime after back and forth game with Seattle. Clearly in this game, what is to be learned is that those big names that are on Seattle, like DK Metcalf, like Lockett, they're just so impactful players. They were able to get the offense up when they needed to, and they took Detroit out. Luckily, I actually didn't take Detroit, even though I said I was going to do that in the video. I just couldn't bring myself. I can never bring myself to take Detroit at a bad line because I'm like, they're still the Lions. But I saw that there would probably be a lot of points in this game, given that the projected points that the algorithm said, there's only one other game that projected higher at the Bears-Tampa Bay game, which I'll talk about in a second. So Lions lose in overtime. That's how you lose with the algorithm. It's close ones sometimes. Bills were the pick of the survivor pool pick of the week. They won. They won convincingly. They won to their win score. They outscored, and they held the Raiders to less at home. Good thing the survivor pool pick manages to win. Nice. Next, Atlanta wins a close one against Green Bay. Our prediction is not that awful here, although they don't cover. But Green Bay was a completely new team, and this flips around when we look at this in current season stats. So these types of games I'll talk about when we do a flip look at this. But you do see 7-5 here. You have an underdog Commanders winning. You have an underdog Baltimore Ravens winning. The Chiefs win. The Niners win. Atlanta wins. Buffalo wins. The Giants somehow win. And everybody else loses on here. Okay. Well, of the stuff that lost, overtime loss, the Chargers are officially on my shit list. They have Stockholm syndrome from blowing that lead in the playoffs to Jacksonville last season. They are blowing games, and they blew one to Tennessee also in overtime. This I did bet, and this is painful because it's costing me a lot of potential winnings tonight, unfortunately, because I hit almost every other one of my picks. I actually bet the under in the Buffalo game instead of just betting Buffalo outright, and I lost by 1 point. I had under 47. They put up 48. Oh, crushed. But you just should have taken them to win. Just pay them minus 375. That's what you're supposed to do when it's the survivor pool pick of the day. Don't worry that it doesn't pay very much. They're supposed to win. They did win. They even managed to cover. I didn't have any of that. Bad gambling. Anyway, I'm terrible at gambling. I'm great at setting up the algorithms, though. So a lot of the other stuff won. Washington comes back down 21-3 to make it convincing. This game's actually ending right now, and I believe the score is still 35-24. They definitely won. Yeah, it's a minute 53 left. They're up. They're still up by that. Good. Now let's go to things that lost that the algorithm needs improvement on. Houston, the Bears, and the Jets. These three losses are against common consensus against, except for Houston. For some reason, the odds makers thought Houston was going to win this game. But the other ones, the Bears and the Jets, Tampa Bay and Dallas were favored. Tampa Bay and Dallas. And when we flip this around, we still can't get Dallas to show up. Even when we flip this into last current season, Dallas still doesn't show up as winning this game. Right? Dallas is still down here. So I don't know why we couldn't get this right. You see, we're in worse shape with this look of current season because it has the Packers, it has the Cardinals, it has the Rams. It's got this stuff that didn't work out for this season's stats. So it's still better to have last season, but we're getting really close to being able to use current season. And next week, we'll be able to use a lot more current season stuff because it is getting better. So point is, yeah, couldn't get Houston to not be favored here. Really thought Indianapolis could absolutely beat Houston. Didn't matter that Houston was at home. Sure enough, they get off to a lead and they win. The Bears looked awful in week 1. I thought Tampa Bay could win. So did the odd makers. I bet on Tampa Bay. They won, right? So the algorithm's wrong here. And then the Jets get blown out by Dallas, although they did have a lot of injuries. And so the win score is bad. So there's one other thing I want to show you. Take a look at this. Let's look at Thursday. We're 8-5 now if you include the Eagles game on Thursday. If you sort this by win score, look at what you do. You get almost all the wins up top except for the overtime loss for the Chargers and then the overtime loss for the Lions. And then all this stuff gets moved down to the bottom. And this is a better look for picking teams top down. So we absolutely need to pay attention to both. I spend so much time doing the point projections that I want to trust them more than anything because I think they give us more insight. But you can't ignore the natural team win score percentage also, especially as we start to develop that here in the new season here in the season pivot sheet, where we'll be working with this and putting up a better distribution into next week. So overall, it's a mixed week, but it did some okay things, and the close ones we lost in overtime. So it's not like these teams didn't give it a fight and have leads late in both of those games. And compared to the odds makers, whenever we picked an underdog for these games, we hit 2 out of 4 of them. Yeah, we hit 2 out of 4. We hit the Commanders and the Ravens. You lose with the Bears and you lose with the Jets, right? So it's about even. It's saying that it wasn't that much better than the odds makers. As a matter of fact, the Dallas game, the odds makers had much better than us because they had that appropriately at a minus 400 or whatever with an 8.5 point differential, and the Cowboys crushed this game. So in that sense, the odds makers definitely beat the algorithm on that game. We beat them on the Commanders and apparently on Baltimore as well. All right. So mixed bag, but it's week 2. I'll be doing a lot of work for week 3, incorporating more current season stats. And I'm going to try to get it down to one number here. We're not going to have 2 numbers of last year's number and this year's number. We're going to do some type of weighted average of the 3, and we're going to get one score out of people. So I don't want to keep toggling back and forth to do this projection. I want one rolled up number because we need one set of picks here, so that we can be sure what we're going with. It's already week 3 coming up, so we'll be able to do that. As for tonight, I said I would talk about the games. So tonight and Monday night, for that matter, because I don't necessarily have to do a video before Monday night, but just tonight's game. After seeing what has happened with the rest of the file this week, you can see that we have the Patriots with a positive win score of 16%. We have them winning this game by 8 because they can score on Miami, apparently, right, at home. That's kind of a game that they would have. I would say that the game that involved Miami, which was the Charger game from last week, that game obviously pushed points higher for those teams involved because they had a high scoring week. I don't know why it's giving credit for New England to have 30. That's kind of nuts. And when we look at it in current season, it's actually going to distort it even more. Current season changes the score to 25-18, but that's at that magnifier. When we up the magnifier, which needed to be up, it needed to be up at like 8. I mean, take a look at what happened with the points. Yeah, this video keeps getting longer, doesn't it? Yeah, it's something like this. It's a crazy game. So this is all distorted. And basically that means that you can't trust the points that it's saying as what's going on, but you do want to trust the winner. And so it thinks that in both scenarios that the Patriots win, and it's pretty high up and the win score is acceptable at 16%. So getting an underdog line with them, are we going to win our top underdog of the day? Maybe. You can see it has Minnesota in it. Sorry, we need to refresh. Yeah. Our top underdog is the Patriots. The next one was the Bears, but not by current season stats. And then the Commanders who won. And then you've got the Browns situation tomorrow. They're minus 140, thinks they can win by a couple, but they have a negative win score. And Carolina has a positive win score against the Saints somehow. This prediction feels completely awful. This game is, by the way, the Washington game is not over. 48 seconds left, and it looks like Russell Wilson is getting the ball back. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched here. We have to keep doing this video. In that case, All right, so it's the Patriots to win tonight, as you can see. That's clear, and I have that. So we'll see if that finishes off my round robin of going 6-2. So that's what'll happen if the Patriots win. What about Monday? Well, Patriots or Steelers got beat by the Niners, and the Browns beat Cincinnati, a team that just lost today to Baltimore. So consider Cincinnati as really only an okay team. The Browns not necessarily that great, but Pittsburgh did not play well either. Keeps it as a close game. The over-under is set at 38. It thinks they go over that to 40. Pittsburgh has been involved with some games with some points, right? They may be giving them up or something. So the over is more reliable, but it should also be the Browns winning, but their win score is negative. What happens in current season stats? Current season stats. You still have the Browns. I know the scores get screwed up because the magnifier is bad, but this one favors the Saints. 13-12 at least. And they're at -1. So in that sense, it's two favorites. So these Monday night games are just really tough. And there's no clear look because look at where those games appear. They appear all the way down here. And when we want to look at games in terms of what we're picking and we want to see wins up top, well, I really don't like having this sore thumb of Houston sitting up here. This was generally not bad because the Patriots game has not happened yet. And they might win. So you've got 5-2 up here with the Lions blowing a game at home in overtime after winning against KC in week 1. So this is not bad. Man, I really don't like Houston there though. So anyway, there's 35 seconds left in the Washington-Denver game. It's 3rd and 3. Is Russell Wilson going to do something amazing at his own 20-yard line with 35 seconds, and I'm guessing no timeouts? Looks like they have no timeouts. He's running. He's moving around. I'm going to get this video banned for doing play-by-play of NFL. He goes wide, and it's incomplete. It's 4th down, folks. We're mere seconds away from ending this video if he doesn't convert on a 4th and 3 with 28 seconds left. And that will lead to, did I change the score of this game? It's not 35-24, it's 35-27 now. Not that it matters because Washington was the underdog anyway when it comes to points. But it does matter for over-under people. Oh, I do have to mention one thing while we wait for this game to end. I had the Rams plus 7.5, not 7. 7.5. I had the hook. They kicked a meaningless field goal with no time left on the clock to pretend like they had a chance. So, by the way, Russell Wilson is running. Did he get out of bounds? No. Oh, but he just ran like 20 yards across the field. Oh, man, this poor guy. He deserves every $1 million penny he gets. Spiking the ball. They have it at the 34-yard line with 9 seconds left. This would be, by the way, not only do they have to get a touchdown, they also have to convert. They're down by 8, so they have to convert on a 2-point conversion, and they got to get a touchdown with 9 seconds left. Video not done yet, but almost. Russell Wilson keeping everybody in this game. The Washington team of this year will not lose games like this because it doesn't have Dan Snyder ownership. This Washington team comes back to win down 21-3 on the road to go 2-0 this year, Commanders. Keep playing like this, I might even go to the game. And Russell Wilson throws out of bounds, caught 3 seconds left. All right, it's the game that'll never end. They're counting that, and I believe that moved about across midfield. So we are in Hail Mary territory. Oh, is his left foot down? Don't challenge it, just let it go. Did he catch the left foot? Is it down? He's dragging it. Yeah, give it. You got to give that to him. He was dragging it right as he caught the ball. That's right. NFL going to ban. Yeah, he's dragging that foot. Yes, that foot's down the whole time. Give it to him. There's 3 seconds left. If Russell Wilson's going to throw a Hail Mary score and put a 2-point conversion in to take this to overtime, then that is God's will. Give it to him. Yeah, he's dragging his left foot, even though it looks like he isn't. He's dragging it forever. You can't really tell from the angle you're looking at above because you can't tell if he's touching the ground. Yeah, they'll give it to him. as they should. You get a completion for effort. It's called getting a C for effort. All right, 3 seconds left. Russell Wilson at the 49-yard line. Huh? No, trying to draw him offside, trying to get a free offside for a free play. Doesn't get it. Washington is rushing. Russell. Did it go up? It's up in the air. It's bounced. It's bounced. It's caught. Oh my God. It bounces around for 5 people. And this is the thing. You always hang out in the back of the end zone when you know there's one of these Hail Marys is coming in short. As a matter of fact, I don't think a good Hail Mary was ever caught if the ball wasn't thrown short. Goes off a Commander in the face. And then there's, oh, wow, he pulls it out of the air. 89. Who's 89? They're trying to knock it out. Nope, that's a touchdown. I'm rooting for it because now they still have to convert on a 2-point conversion. You know what? I have Washington +4 anyway. So even if this goes to overtime, Washington would have to lose on a touchdown to Denver, which, by the way, could happen if they convert on this 2-point attempt. But we've got a game. Wow. 7:44. The NFL wants your attention all the way up until the Patriots game. Unbelievable. I guess you'll understand why this video wasn't short after all. Russell getting ready to take the snap on the 3-yard line. He's going from shotgun. Everyone is in awe. I wish I could hear the Denver fans cheering. But that would definitely get this video banned. He throws it. Nope. Is there a flag? Flag? No flag? No flag. Incomplete. 0 time. Washington under new ownership. The Harris Group. They Rivera's walking on the field saying, you know what? We're not even looking to review that. There's a Washington fan screaming and yelling in the stands, the one that's there. Wow. So we have a 35-33 final that nobody expected. Well, Washington still pulls off the win. So understand the Monday night games are really tough and are probably going to go either way. But they're really tough. And we've exhausted all the games with the exception of the Patriots that are happening right after this video is uploaded. It's the Patriots right here that is still up at the top of this list and could potentially get a win at a nice underdog line. So go Belichick, go Pats, and go Washington Commanders. A nice way to finish off Sunday. Late games before Sunday night. Good luck, Amelia. Picks winning.